hatred remains encased in the mesh. Blood starts to thicken as it exits through your chest. Veins and blood react as the dirt forms as one. Pain from below, death from above. A closed down box as your loved ones gather round. Screams of agony is lowered to the ground.
My goodness! We don't got Doc singing Red Skies from within the Dark Horse. I'm not rolling down the window, looking into the camera, yelling, boring! No, it ain't Wednesday night, chat. It ain't Wednesday night. It's Friday night. Is SmackDown getting good? We're not there yet. I don't want to get everybody excited. I don't want people to start thinking that I like SmackDown all of a sudden. But after months of being one of the worst pro wrestling programs on the planet, SmackDown, the last couple weeks has been different. It's been watchable. I don't feel angered or possessed after watching this show. I don't know, maybe they got the memo from all these months and months and months of complaining. Or it's just that this main event scene is incapable of being bad. We're going to talk about a lot of the good. We're going to talk about how we fix what they're not doing. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the beer garden on this Friday night. And when I get there, I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
isn't about errors. It also isn't about excuses. WWE has failed creatively. AEW has failed fundamentally. So why did Triple H lose the plot? Why did Tony Khan abandon everything that made AEW special? Because nobody is committed to the one thing that actually matters. Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Friday Night SmackDown post-show for August 14th, 2026. I'm your host, JD from New York. As always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you guys so very much for joining us on this Friday evening, wherever you may be. Is SmackDown getting good? That's the question. Is SmackDown getting good? I wouldn't go that far yet. They got a lot of work to do to make this show what it used to be. But I will tell you this, I'm a little bit more excited for Friday Night SmackDown than I am for Monday Night Raw. The roster is bigger, though they're not using at least half the roster, probably more than 50%, I would say. 60, 70% of the roster they're not even using. I'm looking forward to it more than Monday night. I'm certainly looking forward to it more than Wednesday night, where nothing happens. And I find myself disgusted every Wednesday night. But SmackDown has been largely very good coming out of SummerSlam. And it's for the reasons that I mentioned when we talked about SummerSlam on our live streams. With Kevin Owens back, look at the main event scene. CM Punk, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Gunther, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton. I mean, you look at all that talent. Sami Zayn. Drew McIntyre's not even back. Look at all of the main event talent around CM Punk. This show is virtually incapable of being bad. There's no excuses for being bad. You got CM Punk and Kevin Owens on one side. You got Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes on the other side. When you got four guys like that and four great storytellers, the show is going to be good. You're fighting at least half the battle on a two-hour show. You give those guys the majority of the television time, and you're really cooking, and you're really telling some great stories. We're not there yet. I know everybody wants to be excited about SmackDown because it's a long time coming. We need this show to be good. We need this show to be better. I don't remember when SmackDown was genuinely great. I'd probably have to go back to WrestleMania 40 when The Rock was there, where this show actually had a legitimate must-see, I can't miss Friday night feel. We have not felt that since the build going into WrestleMania 40. That's a long time. That's pathetic, and it's a long time. We're going to talk about KO and CM Punk. They had a fantastic segment tonight. So much better than what they did last week. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, you can see they are hungry to get this thing restarted the way that they wanted to, minus Pat McAfee. Fuck Ari Emanuel and Mark Shapiro and anybody that brands themselves as TKO. Fuck them. Hopefully we get it right this time. Tiffany Stratton lost the United States Championship to Jacy Jane. Tiffany's going to fit into the topic I want to start off with first. And that is Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green broke her orbital bone last week off of Fatal Influence's finisher, Fatal Flaw. Oh, it was certainly a flaw, all right. They broke Chelsea Green's orbital bone. And everybody was wondering what the status of Chelsea Green was going to be coming into tonight's show. Is she going to relinquish the championship? Is WWE going to give it some time, let it heal, bring her back, and let her do what she usually does and come back wearing a bedazzled mask of sorts, which is what she's done the last couple of times she's broken her nose. Chelsea Green was the star of SmackDown tonight. And WWE did one very, very, very important thing. WWE did the one thing that I was hoping that they would do when they crowned Chelsea Green the interim women's champion at SummerSlam. They were going to make that woman into a bigger star than she was before. They gave her the women's interim women's championship. The WWE did an exceptional job with the opening segment. Chelsea Green, Nick Aldis. They did an exceptional job, and it ended up being one of the best in-ring segments that you will see on professional wrestling television in all of 2026. I don't know how else to brand it to you. I don't know how else to put it to you. This was one of the best in-ring segments that WWE did all year. It was one of the best in-ring segments that pro wrestling has seen all year. And when I tell you I was seconds away from sending a tweet that was so vile and so vicious towards this writing team, and then when they did what they did tonight, I promptly deleted it. They had everybody thinking that they were legitimately going to take the women's championship away from Chelsea Green, and I had every fucking instance in which Rhea Ripley was never stripped of the championship. Liv Morgan was never stripped of the championship. Jade Cargill was never stripped of the championship. Yet we got Chelsea Green out here getting injured off of a fucking move that should have never injured her to begin with. Chelsea Green in a match she should have never even been a part of last week. We won't even be here talking about the injury. WWE turned it into gold. They took whatever happened last week and they took whatever fans were talking about on social media. Yes, they very much do pay attention to what we say on social media. And they turned it into a segment that was fucking fantastic. Nick Aldis was about to take the women's championship from Chelsea Green, and she cut one of the most heartfelt promos that you would see a talent cut in all of professional wrestling, stating her case as to why she shouldn't be stripped of the championship. She handed that championship to Nick Aldis, and man, oh man, I was seconds away from sending that tweet. And she walked out of the ring, and everybody's collectively saying, I don't believe they did this. I don't believe they're going to do this. And Nick Aldis says, the pro wrestler in me, the GM in me, says I'm doing the right thing. The man in me knows I'm not. I don't give a shit what medical says. I'm giving you 30 days to get better and get yourself a protective face covering, and you are going to still be the women's champion. And he never ended up taking the belt from her in the first place. Chelsea Green got such an overwhelmingly sympathetic babyface reaction. Nothing like I ever seen her get since she's arrived in WWE, and this is years now. WWE turned a situation. They turned a negative situation. They turned a big question mark situation into a segment, played it into a storyline, and made Chelsea Green, probably at this point in the game, the biggest babyface in the entire women's division. For as many times as we shit on WWE Creative, that genuinely got everybody. They genuinely did a fantastic job. And Chelsea Green is now the biggest babyface in the women's division and a bigger star than she was when she won the championship at SummerSlam. I love it. Absolutely love it. There was no reason to take the belt off Chelsea Green. Zero. How could you even contemplate taking the belt off Chelsea Green after you pointed to her as the new women's champion? Rhea Ripley in 2024 broke her orbital bone and came back in a month wearing a protective face covering. She then again broke her nose in 2025 and came back and wore a protective face covering. Liv Morgan went over 100 days without a single women's championship title defense. Jade Cargill went 100 days without a women's championship title defense. Yet you were really going to take the belt off Chelsea Green? If WWE took the belt off Chelsea Green tonight, there would have been blowback like you've never seen before. They couldn't do it. Chelsea was saved because of WWE's inept creative. WWE made mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake, had no way to cover their ass, and Chelsea was saved by WWE's illogical booking. There's no 30-day rule anymore. If there was, Liv Morgan would have been stripped. Jade Cargill would have been stripped. How in their right mind could you ever think about taking the belt off of Chelsea Green? If anything, she deserves the same luxury as all those other women to try and get medically cleared. If you're able to do that and not look the other way with Liv Morgan, and certainly Jade Cargill, you could give Chelsea Green the benefit of the fucking doubt, use her on television in a non-physical role, and still get Chelsea on TV in front of people as the women's champion. They did that tonight. Somehow, this writing team had a fucking brain. I don't know who it was, but the most critical guy in the fucking room who analyzes this different than everybody else is giving you a round of applause. That was fucking great. That was legitimately fucking great. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. We got Joseph Curran coming in here with a $100 super chat. Do you know there are some people in this community that think I donate to myself when there's a $100 super chat? People legitimately, as dumb as they fucking are, think that I donate to myself? How exactly am I doing that? This is Joseph Curran. We just got another fucking super chat. Look at this fucking guy. I'm donating to myself, guys. Chairshot Sports with a $100 super chat. How can I donate to myself when I'm here live in front of the camera? Man, I must be a great multitasker, huh? And why would I donate $100 super chats to myself? You fucking retard. Or plural, retards. You do realize that YouTube takes 30% of all the super chats, right? So I'd be losing money. Why am I giving YouTube $100 in super chats? Why am I giving myself $100 in super chats when YouTube is only going to take fucking 30% of the super chats? You fucking idiot. God, these people are fucking retarded. Every fucking one of them. I'm sorry that you don't get super chats, or you don't have a fan base, or you don't have people that love you, or you don't have genuine original content. Sorry that we're the best at what we do, that I have such a great fucking fan base and a great support system. I love you guys. Another fucking round of applause for you guys, dude. Dumbest fucking thing I heard legitimately all year. Dumbest fucking thing. Let me shout out my two fucking VIPs here. Joseph Curran. Hey, JD, today is my birthday. When I get finished with work, I'm on vacation. My girlfriend and her best friend are waiting for me when I get off work. Joseph, you know what? That's a fucking round of applause right there, baby. Joseph, you're way ahead of the game, brother. You are so much better off in life than some of these people that I've heard this bullshit from. You go live your life, brother. You go, oh, look at this, another one. Another one. Man, I'm donating to myself. Oh, my God, man. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Serious business with a $100 super chat. Been listening to your ass for years, bro. Keep up the good work. Oh, my goodness. I gotta stop super chatting myself, guys. I mean, I'm fucking stroking my own ego over here. Holy shit. Oh, man. How much percentage should YouTube take out all these super chats already, man? I'm going fucking broke. I'm going fucking broke. You fucking retard. Love it. Love it. God, the jealousy in this community, man, is palpable. I taste it every day. I see it. I feel it every day. Nobody doing what we're doing here, man. Best fucking fan base, best fucking community, smartest community, by the way. Every motherfucking one of you listening. Here, iTunes, Spotify. You guys are fucking great. Joseph, happy fucking birthday, brother. Happy birthday. Chair Shot Sports, happy Friday. JD SmackDown is definitely on the uptick with great storytelling. While watching Punk and KO, it gave me deja vu to when Punk and Kingston went at it in AEW. Your thoughts, OTS for life. Chair Shot, I thought of Eddie Kingston and the promo that he and Punk had tonight. I didn't think of it last week, but I thought of it tonight. 100%. And serious business again, brother. Thank you. Another round of applause for my VIP. Every fucking one of you, man. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Chelsea Green's a superstar. And for all the people that I came across on Instagram and TikTok when I made a reel about Chelsea being a loser, that's not me saying it. That was WWE saying it. I was vehemently against her being pinned last week as the women's champion. That woman's a superstar. You treat her like a superstar. You give her the same luxuries as a superstar. She's done something in the WWE ecosystem that is very difficult to do nowadays with the amount of advertisements and the amount of spam and the amount of minutes being cut from the actual profession that they've tried to go out there and call themselves professional wrestlers. They're getting less time to professionally wrestle every single week that goes by. That woman got herself over in the most organic way. And WWE did a fantastic job of turning a serious situation into a storyline, and they made it fucking work. Now what are we looking at? How does this all play out? WWE obviously made Chelsea Green into a bigger star. And by default, what they're going to do is they're going to make Tiffany Stratton into a fucking vicious heel. This works both ways now. The reason why this segment came off the way that it did is because it's going to directly affect how over Tiffany Stratton gets as a heel. And to me, when you can maximize heel heat based off the fucking work that this woman did in that opening segment to gain the sympathetic fucking fan base and get all those people on her side, when Tiffany turns heel, it is going to be so vicious. And it's going to be so looked down upon by the fan base that Tiffany is going to be better off for it than she's ever have been on the main roster. It's going to work both ways. And then you now know what Chelsea Green's going to be doing when she gets medically cleared to wrestle again with a protective face mask. It's going to be Chelsea versus Tiffany Stratton. WWE constructed this in the last 7 days. And to me, I'm fucking more excited about this than I am CM Punk and Kevin Owens. Tiffany Stratton is going to be a fucking heel. And the best work that she did in WWE, dating back to her NXT days, was that of a heel. Tiffany Stratton as a babyface went nowhere. She went nowhere. She's very boring. She's very vanilla. All she does is smile with her big pearly whites. Her promo ability isn't what it used to be as a heel. This is going to make Tiffany so much more valuable to the main roster. And I won't be surprised if WWE puts the title on Tiffany Stratton, because I still don't think that they want Chelsea Green as the women's champion. They don't want Chelsea recognized as the women's champion. They don't look at Chelsea Green as a big match wrestler standing face to face with Charlotte or Rhea Ripley. They certainly do Tiffany Stratton. She's been there. She's done that. So when Rhea gets back, I could absolutely see Tiffany Stratton and Rhea Ripley, Rhea babyface, Tiffany heel, working against each other. I would say, let's ride this hot hand with Chelsea Green. I say, let's ride the hot hand and see what she can do. Let's see how far she can push this thing. That was a fucking great opening segment. One of the best segments that WWE did all year. And I'm here for it. With a $100 super chat. Billy Bomb is back. He says, fuck the haters. Screw the fake motherfuckers. JD is the true man of the IWC. Hope all is well. JD and the OTS family have a great weekend. And I will win the wheel tonight. I guarantee it. OTS for life. Oh, my God. I mean, I won't stop. I can't stop super chatting myself, guys. What am I going to do, man? YouTube. I'm just willingly throwing YouTube funds tonight, man. I don't know. I don't know. Billy, love you, brother, man. Thank you so much for being here. Billy's calling a shot. Billy is calling his shot. He's going to win the wheel. We'll see. We'll see if Billy can win the wheel. CM Punk and Kevin Owens. I saw some people, I had people reach out to me, oh man, this was boring. This was boring. I mean, did you accidentally pick up the remote control, go to your DVR and turn on AEW Dynamite and see Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega fucking put you to sleep with an in-ring segment that supposedly is supposed to get you excited about their all-in match? No, this was anything but boring. This is why SmackDown is making a very slow turning of the corner. You guys are fucking, I can't stop, man. I can't stop. Maybe I'll go buy myself a new caps, being that everybody thinks that's the only Braves cap I own. Oh my goodness, man. Look at this guy. Oh my God. Karan with a 200. A 200. $100 super chat. Keep up the good work, JD. Been watching you since the last 6 years. Got me through some tough times when I used to work 12 to 14-hour shifts as security listening to your podcast. But now life is good. I own my own business. I just wanted to share some love. Look at this fucking guy. Life is good, brother. God bless you. God bless you. Life, I hope, is good for everybody, man. I don't know what's going on tonight. You guys are fucking unbelievable. I mean, I set a goal. We're going to have one fucking holy shit wheel tonight with this amount of super chat love tonight, man. Holy shit. Karan, man, thank you so very much, brother. Holy shit. This wheel is going to be fucking stacked. Billy. What are you doing, brother? You going to call your shot still, brother? I don't know. Billy's calling a shot on the wheel. CM Punk and Kevin Owens. I had people telling me this was boring. This was anything but boring. Some people were telling me, who gives a shit about their Ring of Honor feud from 20 years ago? It's the fucking bane of the reason why we are here with Kevin Owens and CM Punk. He never let the last 20 years go. He never had an opportunity to tell CM Punk exactly what he wanted to tell him. He never had an opportunity to wrestle CM Punk. He never had a shot to wrestle CM Punk. And now he's got the opportunity to air his grievances. He's got a shot at CM Punk one-on-one for the first time. And he's got a shot at Punk with the WWE Championship on the line. The only problem that I had with this is the fact that it didn't go long enough. The fact that it didn't go another 20 minutes. The only problem I had with this is the fact that they couldn't go really knee-deep into the fucking bullshit that I'm sure they very much wanted to over the last 20 years. I wanted them to really get down and dirty. But obviously they couldn't do that due to legal issues, I'm assuming. They referenced the T-shirt incident. They referenced CM Punk calling Kevin Owens fat, overweight, and out of shape. They referenced the Ring of Honor incident with the T-shirt and him being fucking absolutely blasted in CM Punk's locker room as an up-and-coming rookie in Ring of Honor. They even made mention indirectly about some of the instances that he had in AEW without actually mentioning AEW, him and his three buddies. Gee, I wonder who that is. His three buddies that he very much had a problem with going into the Brawl Out situation that got CM Punk suspended from AEW. They talked a little bit about that. Man, I would have loved for them to go even further into that discussion. What wasn't there to like about this segment? Do you want to know why this hit on all levels, even though they could have probably went the whole 2 hours and aired their full grievances? Bro, I would sit down and watch 2 hours of CM Punk and Kevin Owens fucking on the microphone, face-to-face for the entire 2 hours. That's how interested, that's how emotionally connected I am to both of these guys. Interested, excited to see these guys hook up next week in Toronto. Unbelievable. I would have had them go 2 hours. But you want to know why this hits so much? It's because it's real. Everything that they had for the last 20 years was real, genuine human emotion. That's the reason why this worked. And that's the reason why every instance that you can think back to, similar to this is the reason why it works so great. When you bring real life emotion and real life feeling into a storyline and have it play out on television between two guys that once upon a time didn't like each other. For 20 years didn't like each other. They still very well may hate each other today. We don't know. But business is business. Good television is good television. They do it for us. Whether they love each other, whether they like each other, or whether they hate each other. They're doing it for us because they know we are just as excited, and I guarantee you they are just as excited to finally get this out in the open. One of the biggest things that everybody wanted when CM Punk came back to WWE was not a match with Roman Reigns. Obviously, that was on the list of things to do. Not a match with Cody Rhodes. Obviously, that was on the list of things to do. But a match with Kevin Owens. You'd be surprised to know how many people had this at the top of their wish list when CM Punk came back to WWE, and we're finally getting it 3.5 years later. This was fucking great television. Great television. So great, again, I could have watched them go the whole fucking 2-hour SmackDown and just had them face-to-face on the microphone, airing every fucking problem they have with one another. Great. And then you got Cody and Randy. You got Cody and Randy, who didn't really say much of anything this week. Cody had words with Sami. But Cody and Randy clearly had a problem with what Pat McAfee did and his involvement in WrestleMania, and they are looking to do it all over again. Good for them. Good for them. But in the process, Sami got fucked over out of an opportunity to get a WWE Championship match. Randy, he don't give a fuck about anybody's emotions or anybody's feelings. He went after Cody because he wants Cody. Sami got fucked over. Justice for Sami continues. I see Sami Zayn getting so angry. that he ruins the match with CM Punk and Kevin Owens next week in Toronto. I thought SmackDown, as far as the major stories, there's a lot to be excited about. CM Punk and Kevin Owens, Chelsea Green, Tiffany Stratton. Mostly Chelsea Green tonight, but the idea of Tiffany going heel tonight after that United States Championship match where Tiffany lost the title to Jacy Jane, Cody Rhodes, and Randy Orton. There's a lot to like about Friday Night SmackDown. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Slowly making the adjustments and the changes to make it a decent show. We're going to talk about what they need to do, what I wish they could do. I doubt any of it happens, but we're going to talk about what I would change on this show. This is your Friday Night SmackDown post show. We're going to go over the rest of the show as well for your August 14th, 2026. You guys are awesome, man. The goal is already met. The goal has already been met. You guys are unbelievable. They announced the Blake Monroe match? Where? Where have they announced a Blake Monroe match? For next week? I hope it's next week. I'd love to see her on my television. Again, thank you guys very much for all your support. Great week this week. On Twitter. Giulia next week. Oh, boy. Boy, Giulia's getting that resident jobber treatment, huh? Yeah, we'll put Giulia on TV, man. We'll just bury her in front of a nationally televised audience, in front of everybody, man, against everybody on the roster. Go check out all the great stuff on the channel, man. We're live on Monday for Raw, Tuesday Night Titans as well with the Solid Monster. We were live Tuesday morning with the coach for the 2 count. There will be no 2 count this coming Tuesday. Coach has got some family business. We'll pick it up again the following Tuesday. So no 2 count coming up this coming Tuesday. Jesse and I were live for AEW Dynamite, if any of you give a shit. And then tonight we're live for SmackDown. I wish I had all the content going out, but I'm not one of those creators that's just going to make content for the sake of making content. You know, because I'm not a grifter. Quality over quantity. I wish there was more news to make content on. It's just garbage that nobody gives a fuck about. If there's anything in the news, I will give it to you. But right now, we are just operating with the live streams and the shows, which all the news happens on anyway. Honestly. So go check all that stuff out. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of tonight's SmackDown. Hit that thumbs up. We are looking at 550 likes. I'd love to get to 1,000. We got 2,000 in here. Let's try for 1,000. 1,000 likes. That's tonight's goal. The goal in the chat has already been met. We will have a wheel tonight. So we'll sit down with the wheel. Tonight we're sponsored by Blue Chew. Shout out to my great friends and great sponsors over at Blue Chew. BlueChew.com, code JD. We're talking about Blue Chew Gold. Just like the gold the MFTs won tonight. Just like Jacy Jane won tonight. Blue Chew Gold. You buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold. You get the 3rd month free. You get 10% off your order and free overnight shipping. Sounds like a great fucking championship level deal to me. BlueChew.com. Use that code JD. And get yourself some Blue Chew Gold. Shout out to my patrons on Patreon. You guys are awesome. I should have another match review series this weekend. So look forward to that. And we're going to upload this weekend as well. We're going to upload the next in the lost episodes of Off the Script. Last week we did episode 3. This week we're going to do episode 4. It's all new to me, too, because I forgot what I talked about back in 2014. So it's all new to me, man. I listened back to it. I can't listen to myself, really, because I sound fucking awful. And it's amazing to go back and watch what I used to do and now what I do now, man, how drastically we've changed. How different we are. It's crazy to see the growth. So hopefully you guys are enjoying that. Look forward to that content this weekend. And anything else, let me know, guys. Super chats are open. Continue to get them on in. Best way to support the show. And we'll hang out at the end, as always, right here on the SmackDown review on Off the Script. Let's get into this SmackDown review. Start things off at the top. We start things off with Chelsea Green. Nick Aldis is first in the ring. He stood middle of the ring and he announced Chelsea Green has a broken orbital bone. As of last week, it came on the Fatal Flaw. Finish of Fatal Influence. Fallon Henley and Laney Reed broke Chelsea's orbital bone. Nick Aldis said he's come to a decision regarding her status. He invited her to the ring. She had this look on her face, and she sold it very well. She had this look on her face. Her eye is so fucking bruised, but there's a genuineness to it. She said that she broke her orbital bone on social media. I don't know. I forgot if it was on TikTok or Instagram. It was one of the social media outlets. And she said, this injury feels different. This feels different than some of the injuries that she's recently gone through. And she doesn't know how to handle this yet. She don't know what's going to become of it. And in the video, she wasn't bruised. Today, she was very much bruised. So she comes on out. Her eye is all bruised. Joe Tess said, she said if she didn't have bad luck, she'd have no luck at all. It's kind of sad. She actually did say that in the social media post when she confirmed some of the reports that she did have a broken orbital bone. So she had the Women's Championship title around her waist. Fans were very vocal about Chelsea tonight in Boston. Nick Aldis said there's no easy way to say this, given how hard she's worked and how much the win at SummerSlam meant to Chelsea Green. He said that after consulting with medical, he can't let her wrestle with a broken eye socket. She pleaded with him not to say what he's about to say. Aldis said he hates this part of the job, but it is part of his job. He asked her to relinquish the WWE Championship. She said she knew it was too good to be true when she won that ladder match at SummerSlam, pulling that title down at SummerSlam. She said every time something good, every time something magical happens to her in pro wrestling, it's followed by something devastating. That's just my story. That's just my story, ain't it? It's just Chelsea Green. I'm comic relief. I'm the perfect opponent for the rest of the other girls. Never the champion. I'm never the QB1. She said she skipped personal events. She skipped birthdays. She skipped funerals. All to have broken bones and put her face through birthday cakes and to have the entire world laugh at her as she was thrown in dumpsters. She said all of it was worth it. And she said to herself recently, I made it. Chelsea then said Aldis should understand because the entire world applauded him in his return to the ring at SummerSlam. His family was there. His wife was there. She said it doesn't matter what the public thinks about them, but rather what they think about themselves. She said that Aldis was a champion. His wife, Mickie James, was a champion. Until someone takes this belt off of me, this is mine. And then she looks at Aldis dead in the face and she said, I thought you of all people would understand that. She took the belt off her waist and handed it to Nick Aldis. When I tell you I was seconds away from tweeting how bad of a fucking decision this was, I was seconds away from tweeting my displeasure about this and listing every instance in which other people were afforded the luxury of holding on to a championship. But we have Chelsea Green, who broke her orbital bone, just like Rhea Ripley did 2 years ago, just like Rhea broke her nose a year ago, just like Liv Morgan had 100 days without one single title defense on Monday night. That Jade Cargill had not one single title defense this year on Friday Night SmackDown before WrestleMania. And we're about to take the belt away from Chelsea Green because she has a broken orbital bone. Continue to play into the fact, continue to make everybody look right when we say Chelsea's a loser and she is never going to be looked at as one of the others like Jade or Alexa or Bianca or Charlotte or Rhea Ripley. WWE had so many X's to their account that there was no way they'd be able to take this belt off Chelsea Green. Like I said before, Chelsea was saved by the inept WWE writing team because of how fucking stupid that they've operated over the last 9 months. That's how fucking stupid they are. Their huge logic gaps, the illogical booking, the way that they do things, the decisions that they've come up with. Chelsea was saved by their inept creative. She leaves the ring. Aldis yelled, "Chelsea, wait." He says he thinks he's doing the right thing as the GM. But as a man, I don't care what medical says. I'm going to give you 30 days to get cleared. I'm going to give you 30 days to get your face mask and do whatever it takes. But he agrees that until someone takes it from her, this women's championship is Chelsea Green's. He handed the belt back to her. Chelsea held up the belt, looked like she was crying. She smiled, and Boston gave her yes chance. Boston gave her yes chance. This woman is a superstar. This woman was made into a bigger star tonight than the ladder match where she won the championship at SummerSlam. And WWE needs to do the right thing. They did the right thing tonight. And they need to give Chelsea the luxury of getting that face mask, get medically cleared, get back in there. And they need to ride the hot hand of Chelsea Green. You are starting to see a woman who is already over. You're starting to see a woman who has done everything that she humanly can get over in front of a pro wrestling audience. She's done everything that this company has asked of her. You give her that luxury. Now she's more over than she's ever been over. You ride Chelsea Green until she can't do it no more. She deserves a shot. She deserves to be the women's champion. She deserves a lengthy reign. She should not be one of these women that you give the championship to because it's a token thank you, only to shut everybody up. Or because Michael Hayes said whatever he said on Unreal. You don't give a woman like that the championship to then take it off of her 2, 3, 4 weeks later. You give that woman a lengthy fucking run with the championship. This is a women's division that doesn't have Rhea Ripley. This is a women's division that's got Charlotte Flair running around with Tater Tot, Tatum Paxley, and Alexa Bliss with her stupid fucking doll. This is a women's division that is now absent of Bianca Belair. This is a women's division that called up Blake Monroe and hasn't given her one match on national television yet. Apparently chat saying next week against Giulia. This is a women's division that's buried Giulia. This is a women's division that apparently has buried Jordan Grace somewhere and no one can find the body. This is a women's division that refuses to put Kiana James on television. This is a creative team in a television show that has given way too many minutes of television to B-Fab and Meechin. And you're telling me that Chelsea Green shouldn't hold this women's championship for longer than fucking 30 days? Motherfucker, you give this woman a lengthy run. This was one of the best segments that WWE did all year. All year. It may be one of the most effective segments that WWE's done in 2026. And we'll talk about how and why when we get to Tiffany Stratton and Jacy Jane for the United States Championship a little bit later in the show. Gunther walks on out. When I hear Gunther can't cut a promo, I laugh. I laugh at all the fucking dummies who claim to me Gunther can't cut a promo. Sure thing. Gunther's music played. He comes on out. He don't give a fuck who he's interrupting. He entered the ring, and he goes right after Nick Aldis. He says he knows Triple H has a short leash on Nick Aldis, but he wanted to ask him directly why he gave him a short leash at SummerSlam. Aldis said, this is business that we need to talk to each other in private. Let's go to my office. We'll do it there. Gunther insulted Chelsea Green because she was complaining that he cut off her promo and interrupted her segment. Gunther insulted Chelsea Green climbing a ladder at SummerSlam. What did you do at SummerSlam again? Oh, you climbed a little ladder at SummerSlam? Gunther said, I wrestled both nights. And on one night, I made a man tap out right in front of his family. That guy that he tapped out is legitimately the general manager, and he's standing next to him in this ring tonight, knowing that he can't lift a finger and touch Gunther. Then he looks at Nick Aldis and said, why did you add Kevin Owens to my match at SummerSlam? Aldis said, well, I didn't add Kevin to your match. Well, I didn't add you to, what did he say? Aldis said he didn't add Kevin to his match. I added you to Kevin's match, is what he said. I added you to Kevin's match. Aldis says that they've been negotiating Kevin Owens' return to SmackDown for months. And him being added was a favor to Kevin Owens. You're welcome, by the way. Sorry you couldn't get the job done at SummerSlam. Chelsea starts laughing. Gunther took exception and told her to do him a favor and shut up. Chelsea told him to go ahead and have his cute little temper tantrum and stroke that tiny, emphasis on tiny, male ego. She said that all he has left after SummerSlam is that little fragile, tiny male ego. She said when she looks around the ring, she only sees one champion. When Gunther takes a step towards her, Matt Cardona runs out. Jeans, sneakers, and no t-shirt. He got in Gunther's face. So Gunther's like, oh, look, you ran out of the back from catering, he tells Matt Cardona. I laughed my ass off. That Gunther told Matt Cardona he ran out of the backstage area away from catering to come into the ring to save his wife. Gunther said he could call Chelsea every slur in the world, and there's nothing that he could do to him. He started to leave with Chelsea, did Matt Cardona. Chelsea's urging him, don't do nothing. I'm all right. So they start to leave the ring together, and Gunther starts laughing, ha, 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 like a dog listening to his owner. Cardona then jumped Gunther, starts throwing a series of punches at Gunther. Gunther rolled out to the floor. He told Aldis to do something, and we go right into a commercial break. Gunther is hilarious. For all the people who claim Gunther can't cut a promo, Gunther is fucking great. He's great. So, we come back from the commercial, and Gunther and Matt Cardona opens the show. Gunther's in jeans and sneakers with no t-shirt. Matt Cardona is in jeans, sneakers, and no t-shirt. So this was an impromptu match, but I didn't necessarily mind it because everything just kind of flowed into each other. Matt Cardona comes out to save his wife from Gunther. He's doing the duty as a husband. saving his wife, who right now has got a broken orbital bone. So he's out there. Gunther's already out there. He had no scheduled match to begin with tonight, so he's out there in street clothes. And these guys run into an issue with each other, and we get an impromptu match. I don't know why we didn't just save this for later in the show where they could go backstage, both get their ring gear on, and then come back out and do what they got to do. But WWE wanted to do this all in one shot from the opening segment into this. Matt Cardona saving Chelsea Green, and then Gunther trying to bully his way into whatever he wants with Nick Aldis, and Nick Aldis made this match official with Matt Cardona. I didn't necessarily mind it, but it didn't really go Matt Cardona's way. I didn't really expect it to. He didn't get jobbed out, but he got beaten predictably in 7 minutes. So Gunther hit him with a lariat, and he is continuing to just talk trash to Chelsea Green on the outside. Saito suplex from Gunther to Matt Cardona. He's continuing to berate Chelsea Green, who's at ringside. Cardona hit Gunther in the dick with a low blow, followed by Rough Rider. Only a 2 count. Crowd pop big for the potential near fall. Gunther dropped him with a powerbomb, another powerbomb, right into the Boston Crab, and Matt Cardona quickly tapped out. After the match, Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green leave, and then we hear the disgusting tones of Nia Jax and Lash Legend. They come on out. Jax is wanting a piece of Chelsea Green because she feels she got robbed not once but twice from gaining entry into the ladder match at SummerSlam. Jax said that Green was pathetic for getting injured. Nia then talked about how there was a ticking clock on Chelsea Green's Women's Championship run and that she wants a shot at the championship. Jax threatened Chelsea Green until Tiffany Stratton ran out for the save. And then obviously Chelsea can't do anything because she's injured. So this left Tiffany Stratton in a 2-on-1 situation where she got beat up by both Nia Jax and Lash Legend. So the numbers game was a 2-on-1. The Irresistible Forces beat up Tiffany Stratton, and Chelsea Green was unable to do anything. So that's step one. Tiffany Stratton came out there after this great segment with Chelsea Green and Nick Aldis. She tried to be a friend and save Chelsea Green, and she got, quote-unquote, roughed up or injured before her match with Jacy Jane when she didn't have to do that. This is all going to come back around. So I like that we went from the open to the match with Cardona and Gunther, then to Nia Jax and Lash Legend, calling out Chelsea Green, Tiffany Stratton coming on out and trying to save Chelsea Green. Chelsea can't do anything about it, so Tiffany put herself in a 2-on-1 situation and got beat up for it. I would say, even though there are people in this opening segment that I don't really care for, I think that the first 30 minutes of SmackDown was some of the most effective SmackDown that we've gotten all year. And this is absolutely going to come into play when we get to Tiffany Stratton and Jacy Jane. And we'll talk about where we go from there when we get to it. I thought this was excellent. I'd like to see Matt Cardona take on a little bit more of a serious role. I think they are completely wasting him away. That's just my little side note here. Matt Cardona is way too good to be kept in catering. And I know it's only a 2-hour show and there's a lot going on, but this is one of the things I wanted to talk about. This is a 2-hour show. I understand that WWE can't get everybody on a 2-hour show. And quite honestly, I don't want to see everybody every single week. I don't want to see the same faces every single week on SmackDown on a 2-hour show. When I watched NXT Black and Gold back in the glory days of the WWE Network, WWE had 1 hour of television and they made it work. There was a revolving door of talent. We saw talent one week and we didn't see them the next week. We saw a different crew of talent. WWE constantly pushed talent on TV via promos and vignettes We got some great wrestling on the show. I don't know why that formula won't work here for Friday Night SmackDown. Seemingly feels like WWE pushes who they want and only who they want, and they constantly leave out everybody else. There needs to be a revolving door of talent. If someone is not wrestling, then those people should absolutely have a backstage segment or a vignette that furthers whatever story they are in. Someone else is on TV, and then you just offset that by giving vignettes and promos. And then the next week, the person who did, or the group of people that did the vignettes and promos, they get in the ring and they wrestle. And the people that wrestled get the vignettes. WWE needs to be on top of who's on television and who's not, and they need to have a constant flow of talent, some on, some off. The entire show can't be fucking 1 hour of promo, even though some of the promo work is from some of the biggest hitters in the industry. They gotta get SmackDown to a point where we're not watching 3 matches and 2 of them are women's matches. There's a whole men's roster on this show that I'd love to see wrestle. And when it comes to the women's division, we got to see different faces. We got to get the Giulias and the Blake Monroes and the Jordan Graces on this show. We got to get the Kiana James train rolling. Where is she? And why isn't she on my television? Why aren't you doing much more to get her over? Where's a vignette for Kiana James? Where is Kiana James in the people's minds and in their eyes? Get her going. Don't cool people off for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks. That's how you kill a talent. That's how you put doubt in a talent. They're not using me. Am I going to get cut? Am I going to be a part of Black Friday when Black Friday rolls around after WrestleMania 43? You don't want someone thinking that. You come to work and you have them work. I don't really understand why WWE is incapable of having a revolving door of fresh talent week in, week out, some on, some off. I don't understand it. It's not that difficult. They did it in NXT at 1 hour. You now have 2 hours of SmackDown and you still can't do it? Nobody's asking for 3-hour SmackDowns. Nobody. All because WWE is missing 70% of their fucking roster on Friday nights doesn't mean we got to extend the show to 3 hours again to get everybody on the show. They did this at 1 hour. I don't understand it. Monday Night Raw is perfect at 2 hours and 20 minutes, 2 hours and 30 minutes. They go whenever they feel like it. Sometimes, if the show is big enough, they go 2 hours and 40 minutes. It's rare, but they do it. SmackDown feels like it needs to be just like Raw. You extend it to 2 hours and 20 minutes, 2 hours and 30 minutes. Why isn't SmackDown afforded an overrun? I don't understand it. We got to get overruns every fucking week on Wednesday night when they don't make any sense at all, because all you do is get pro wrestling, and they can't time their fucking show and fit everything in the 2-hour format, and we got to sit here and watch Jack Perry wrestle Jon Moxley in a 20-minute fucking match with a 21-minute overrun. If a show needs an overrun, it's Friday Night SmackDown. Why aren't we extending this show to 2 hours and 15 minutes? It's USA Network's biggest rating all week. But then I hear from the AEW sickos that, look at AEW, they're in the good graces of Warner Brothers executives. They're so happy with the product, which is why they get 20 minutes every fucking week. No, that's not the reason. That's not the reason. If that was the case, SmackDown would be getting the same luxury as AEW Dynamite. Nobody's watching AEW, and they are in desperate need of any ratings jump because they know that come 2028, maybe 2027, that they may not have a home. Their home may be with me right here on YouTube. They may be my next door neighbor. Howdy, neighbor. Dynamite. SmackDown would be great at 2 hours and 20 minutes, 2 hours and 25 minutes. What are you doing? on USA Network that you need this show to go off the air at 10 o'clock. Something to discuss. That would save us from going 3 hours. Because it's already been discussed. First Friday in January, right back to 3 hours because they got to get their fucking ad money in. Just put an extra half an hour on the show. That way you get more people on the show. That way you get more wrestling on the show. That way you get this show feeling full. Instead of it being, all right, it's a good show, but I want more. It's that middle sweet spot. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, they were backstage talking about Tatum Paxley. Apparently Tatum, who they call Tater Tot, had a surprise for them. This surprise was a small locker room, and she walks on into this locker room, does Alexa, and she's very creeped out. So she's in this black room with candles lit. It legitimately looked like one of Aleister Black's broom closets. Remember when he used to cut those promos in the broom closet with the mop and the ammonia and the mop bucket, where he used to just sit and there was smoke around him and he sat in a chair and he wore these black suits and all he would use to say is, fight me, fight me. You know? Remember those days? Yeah, the Dark Father in a broom closet for 7 months yelling, fight me. And nobody wanted to fight him. This reminded me of that. So we got Tatum Paxley in this legitimate broom closet, all blacked out, candles lit, and she's got photos of Charlotte all over the walls. Creepy. Bliss asks Charlotte, don't you just love it, Charlotte? She entered the room, Alexa entered the room, and the door closed behind them. This apparently is their new locker room. Yes, the Dork Father. Yes, mid-range. The Dork Father, yeah. This was the only segment with Charlotte, Alexa, and Tatum. Not really much of a follow-up here. After Tatum's debut last week where she took out Jade, Michin, and B-Fab. Not much to go on. A wasted week as far as building to what comes next. Cody. He's backstage and he approaches Nick Aldis. Cody wanted a match against Orton. So Aldis suggested maybe we do it at Sunday night's main event in Atlanta, Georgia. That's Labor Day weekend. Cody said, anytime, anywhere, it works for me. You make the deal. Sami Zayn showed up, and he complained about his match turning from a one-on-one into a three-way and then into a four-way at SummerSlam. So it's nice that Cody gets to walk around here after I get screwed and he lost at SummerSlam. And CM Punk is out there claiming, remember that match that we had at SummerSlam? I know that Randy ruined everything, but you're going to get a rematch. Just say when. So he's upset that Cody has another just say when opportunity and he gets a championship match whenever he wants. Cody had enough of Sami, and he told him as much. I've had enough of you. Let's do something about it. So Sami said the last time they were in the ring that he did do something about it. He beat Cody, clean as a whistle, and it was for the WWE Championship. He's done something no one else has done, and that's beat Cody clean. He went off and named some big-name opponents, and then he says he's been the only one who pinned him without any shenanigans. when Cody left, Sami told Nick Aldis that, of course, Cody challenges him when he can't wrestle, and he shows off his injured, taped wrist that apparently he had coming out of SummerSlam. Aldis said, well, you were hurt at SummerSlam, and you made a choice to wrestle at SummerSlam. So I'm going to give you a choice tonight. I can't do it. I can't wrestle, he says. If you beat Cody tonight, you can face the winner of CM Punk and Kevin Owens. So he gave Sami a choice. Sami's hurt. Sami's now in the main event against Cody, and if he can beat Cody, he gets a shot at CM Punk with Kevin Owens, whoever walks out of Toronto as the WWE champion. Again, continuity. Continuing the Sami and injustices of Sami Zayn, and obviously his problem with everybody else. Like, I understand everybody wants, the WWE Championship, but it's nice to see Sami still hanging around. He very much belongs and he very much deserves to be hanging around with everybody else. Baron Corbin. He went one-on-one with Carmelo Hayes. This was for the United States Championship. It's nice that they have given Baron Corbin something as far as his entrance to keep him looking different than everybody else. Last week he came out with the motorcycle. This week he came out with the motorcycle. He still got that fucking white belt, that furry, fuzzy white belt that Trick Williams had custom made for himself. I don't know what we're doing. It only makes me think the belt is going right back to Trick Williams, so they didn't take the fucking furry belt and give Baron Corbin the original United States Championship. It's going right back to Trick Williams in very short order. Carmelo Hayes. One of the best things about Friday Night SmackDown when he's on television. This guy puts on banger matches every time he's on television. This guy carried this brand on his back with the United States Open Challenge. WWE did not feature him at WrestleMania. They did not feature him at SummerSlam. Sounds like it's injustice towards Carmelo Hayes. What are we doing? So we're in Boston. This is Melo's backyard. He's got a United States Championship match against Baron Corbin. What do you think they do? Did we crown a new men's United States champion? Of course we did. Of course we did. We just beat the challenger in his hometown. We beat Carmelo Hayes in Boston. I don't know what we're doing with Carmelo Hayes. It's starting to feel like Carmelo Hayes may need a change of scenery. He got all these big hitters on Friday night. Maybe we get Melo over to Raw and we put him with the Obas and the Bronze. How about that? Feels like there's nothing else for him to do here because he's never going to go anywhere. Right before the commercial break, we had Corbin. He's hanging on the ropes. First 48 by Carmelo, blocked by Corbin. Powerbomb by Corbin on Melo. Big boot, sent Hayes out of the ring. We get a throw into the barricade by Corbin, which was followed by a hip toss from Corbin on Melo into the ring post. Corbin then threw Hayes into the timekeeper's area, and we go into a commercial break. So, back from the break, Corbin drove Hayes into the corner. Big clothesline followed up. Corbin takes Hayes, picks him up over his shoulders. Carmelo Hayes slips out. Springboard leg drop from Hayes to Corbin. He gets a 2 count. He goes to the top rope. Hayes connected on a big frog splash. Corbin kicks out. He goes for the first 48 again. That was countered by a Baron Corbin big boot. Powerbomb attempt. That turned into a roll-up. Hayes had Corbin down, only a 2 count. Corbin hit a beautiful deep 6. Beautiful deep 6. Nailed that for a 2 count. Hayes gets up. He hit 2 consecutive first 48s. He goes up top. He went for nothing but net. Corbin gets up, pushed him out of the ring. Right back in the ring. End of days. And that was the end of Carmelo Hayes here. 1, 2, 3. Baron Corbin beats Carmelo Hayes clean. Clean. What are we doing? What are we doing? Now, I understand Baron Corbin might not be working for you or many people, in fact. I don't mind Corbin. WWE has done nothing to really get Corbin over in any meaningful way. They don't give this guy a fucking microphone when he can cut a promo. They don't give this guy a backstage segment or a vignette. They don't give him any reason to get heat in front of the audience. They just throw him in these random matches. He beat Trick twice by cheating. He beats Carmelo Hayes. What are we doing? Why am I supposed to care about this? These are just matches for the sake of having matches. After the match, Trick Williams, his theme music goes off. We go to the aisleway. He's spinning around on that platform that's in the aisleway that he uses for his entrance. I mean, he's in no rush to get down to the aisle. This guy's got his fucking championship and is beating him twice by cheating, but he's spinning around on the platform, aura farming his entrance. There is a time and a place to do that. You don't need to do that here. It was all a distraction, though. This led to Lil Yachty showing up from behind Baron Corbin with the bedazzled kendo stick. He bashes the kendo stick in the back, the trick stick, bashed in the back of Corbin. So Corbin no-sells it. He turns around. Lil Yachty goes again to hit him with the trick stick. Corbin takes the stick away from Lil Yachty. He goes and swings at Lil Yachty, but by the time he does that, Corbin is in the ring. Corbin with Trick Williams in the ring. He goes to hit Trick with the trick stick. Trick ducks it, hits a trick shot knee, and Baron Corbin rolls out of the ring with the United States Championship. Now, the match was fine. Corbin's having good matches with Corbin and Hayes and Corbin and Trick Williams. Last week's Trick Williams match was better than the one they had at SummerSlam. The match tonight with Melo was good, but I'm just wondering why I should care. You took the belt off Trick to put it on Corbin. Corbin beat Trick now twice by cheating. He beats Melo. Is the title really going back to Trick Williams? And for what? What did the title do for Corbin? What did the title change do for Corbin? What did taking the belt from Trick Williams do for anybody? Is Trick going to be a bigger star for it? Is he going to be further advanced when he wins the United States Championship for a second time? I can see this absolutely taking place in Georgia at Sunday night's main event. Because Trick is from South Carolina. It's in the same region. I could see him getting a hometown moment, kind of, in Georgia. Who cares? Did Triple H take the belt off Trick Williams to make a moment in Georgia for Trick Williams being a two-time United States champion? I don't understand it. Let's get Melo in something that he could sink his teeth into. I don't know what we're waiting for. Kevin Owens. He had a face-to-face with CM Punk. This was the second best thing on the show, in my opinion. The Chelsea Green thing, I thought, was tremendous. This was right there with it. Kevin Owens made his way out to the ring in a light CM Punk chant breaking out. CM Punk's music played before KO said anything. He sits on the top turnbuckle. He's out there. Punk speaks first and says, go ahead and give the people what they want because the floor is yours. KO smiles. CM Punk then said, all right, is it great to be alive on a Friday night in Boston, Massachusetts, or what? Kevin Owens said last week Punk said things from a distance with his back turned after they had been face-to-face to call him essentially a fat slob. Punk asked if he thinks he wouldn't say that to his face. KO said, a lot of people don't know this, but our story began 20 years ago. CM Punk then says, you're upset about something that happened 20 years ago, today. Today you're mad at me about something that happened 20 years ago. Why don't you tell the people exactly what you're mad about? KO said 20 years ago, him and Phil wrestled for the same independent promotion, Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor wasn't mentioned here. I didn't expect it to get mentioned. It's a Tony Khan operated promotion. He's talking about Ring of Honor. The indie promotion in mention here is Ring of Honor. He said Phil was a top guy and he was just trying to make a name for himself. He said Phil berated him and insulted him and screamed at him in the locker room as a young rookie trying to make a name for himself. CM Punk was the locker room leader. Punk asked, is that what you held on to for 20 years? A locker room incident from 20 years ago? KO says, well, I don't like you for a lot of different reasons. That's one of them. That's not the only reason. I don't like you for a lot of different reasons, including how you've treated some of my very good friends. Those very good friends are Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, and Adam Hangman Page. Punk asked, well, you're mentioning friends that I apparently mistreated. You're going to have to do better than that. You're going to have to be more specific and tell me who these people are. KO says he thinks he's talking about 3 people, but every friend that I have hates you because they see right through you. Those are not the only people. Those 3 people are not the only people that hate you. Everybody I know hates you. So CM Punk says, being hated by losers is the price I pay for not being one of them, which is something that he has constantly talked about and constantly said. That's a line of his that he uses when he needs it. KO said that's a perfect example of why I don't like you. KO said people in the back look up to him because he came back and made amends. He said, though, he will never like him, no matter what. He said everything Punk says and does is performative. He insisted Punk look at him. Look at me when I'm talking to you. KO says he had no choice but to make everything right because he screwed up everywhere else he went. He says he was going to step back because at this point he said his breath was a little rough. So he was face to face with CM Punk and he backed away because he felt like CM Punk's breath was a little too hot. KO said he did well for himself for 12 years before his injury. He says he won titles, including the Universal title. He says he main evented WrestleMania, something you didn't do against Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, Punk at that time, he wasn't with the company. Up until last year, he never main evented WrestleMania. CM Punk got his first legitimate WrestleMania main event in the night 1 of last year's WrestleMania. That was against Rollins and Reigns. This year, he got the top billing. He got the night 2 spot. Even though it is a main event of WrestleMania, everybody looks at night 2 as the main event of WrestleMania. Kevin Owens main evented a WrestleMania before CM Punk did, and it was against Punk's biggest dream opponent, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Punk laughed, says, you did. Congratulations. I was happy for you then, and I'm happy for you now. Do you honestly think you would have been afforded that opportunity and all these opportunities if I was still with the WWE at that point? He asked if he thought he'd be picked for a spot like that over him. KO asked him to say what he really feels. Tell me what you think. You're standing right there. He asked Punk if he thinks he's a fat indie slob, a fan on the wrong side of the guardrail. If you do, just say it to my face. Punk asked if that's what he thinks of him, or is it what Owens thinks of himself? Because you keep mentioning it. You keep saying, I think you're a fat slob. Is that what you think of yourself, that you're a fat slob, some indie fat slob? Punk says he's in the ring as the undisputed champion of World Wrestling Entertainment. Punk said he would be foolish to take him lightly going into Toronto next week. He says he sees a guy who speaks 2 languages, whereas Punk can only speak 1. He says he also sees someone who doesn't put in the work to be 1% better each year, each day. He says that makes him stupid, and that's why when he looks at him, he sees nothing more than a bum. This is where I got the Eddie Kingston correlation. He said the same thing to Eddie Kingston. Almost kind of in the same vein as what he said to Eddie Kingston when they were feuding in AEW. Punk says he's evolved. He called himself a shapeshifter. He says if he did half the work he did, maybe he could have avoided that Goldberg spear that ended his world title reign the last time. KO said he spent his entire career trying to avoid being anything like Phil. KO said Punk got all the money and all the titles, but he's convinced when he goes home, he hates what he sees in the mirror. He, on the other hand, is the same person he met 20 years ago. He said this fat indie loser is facing him for the WWE Championship next week in Toronto. KO said Punk couldn't avoid the Roman Reigns spear at WrestleMania, so if he was more like him, it wouldn't have worked. Punk said when he looks at KO, he sees a version of himself 20 years ago who is stubborn, who is loud, and thinks he's always the smartest guy in the room. KO asked if it bothers him, he never sought out advice or guidance. KO said he's regretted for 20 years not punching him in the mouth in that locker room all those years ago. Punk said the only thing between them is air and opportunity. He asked him to do it now. If you feel that way, why don't you do that now? KO said if he did that 20 years ago, he knows Punk would have ruined his career. He says he won't do it now because next week in Toronto, he doesn't just get to punch him in the face, but since he's waited 20 years, he can wait 7 more and beat his bitch ass for the WWE Championship. Punk then ends saying, 20 years ago, KO thought he could talk disrespectfully and get away with it. He says he can wait 7 days too because he's going to put his fat ass to sleep and then he's going to be looking up at him and still WWE Championship. You know, I had someone tell me on Twitter today. I tweeted my excitement after this promo. I thought this was great. I could have watched them go another 20 minutes. This is the shit that I live for. Taking real life human emotion between 2 individuals, harboring all this animosity for 20 years and having it play out on television. I think this is fucking great. Great. When you can take something that happened in real life and play it out on television in a pro wrestling story or a pro wrestling angle, I think that's the best television that you can possibly create. It's up to WWE to blur the lines. I had someone tell me that they were physically uncomfortable watching these 2 guys go at it. I don't know why anybody's uncomfortable watching these 2 guys go at it, these 2 guys bicker at each other. What is so uncomfortable about it? Are you uncomfortable that the fact that it's all real? Like everything that you heard tonight was real. We don't know if it's real now. I doubt Kevin Owens still has a fucking problem. He may still have a problem with it, but I doubt it's like how he felt 20 years ago. They're in the same locker room. They're in the same business. They're in the same ring. They're going to be in the same match. They're 2 of the top stars on Friday night. I doubt it is anywhere close to what it was 20 years ago. But it's real. What you're watching is real. This is the best kind of television. There's nothing uncomfortable about it to me because the uncomfortable feeling that you're getting is watching 2 guys who physically did not like each other. The uncomfortable feeling is the real human beings coming out all those years ago, being placed in front of you and on your television screen, and you're starting to hear some of their dirty laundry. I love it. I love it. There's nothing to feel uncomfortable about. This is another man in Kevin Owens against someone he's despised for 20 years, and now it's for the biggest prize in the sport. What is there to feel uncomfortable about? This is the type of stuff I live for. This is the type of stuff that I find to be the best content in all of pro wrestling. I could have watched these guys go under the 20 minutes easy. Easy. I'm glad it's happening in Toronto because that crowd is going to be fucking hot. But man, oh man, this is the type of stuff that you really build for a pay-per-view. Honestly. We still may get there. I don't think this is going to end anytime soon. I don't think Kevin Owens is winning the WWE Championship next week. I think Sami Zayn is going to be involved in some way, shape, or form. But man, this has got pay-per-view money written all over. This is the type of shit I would gladly shell out $50 to watch. Story. Kevin Owens and CM Punk showing you why story means everything in professional wrestling. Finn Balor. He said last week he needed time to cool off. And he said he gets why he added Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn now. He's talking to Nick Aldis, by the way. Gunther walked up to Aldis and interrupted Finn Balor and Nick Aldis' meeting in the office. He wanted to know why he made Gunther wrestle in street clothes earlier against Matt Cardona. Aldis says, well, you interrupted me again. Gunther asks, how did I interrupt you? Aldis says, well, I'm talking to Finn Balor. Gunther's like, who? Where's Finn Balor? Oh, Finn Balor. I'm not looking at Finn Balor. I see nothing more than a shadow of what Finn Balor used to be. Yet there are people out there on social media that claim Gunther can't cut a promo. So Balor is obviously disrespected by this. He called Gunther a prick and said he'd happily beat his ass and show him who the real Finn Balor is. Gunther laughed and walked away. Gunther versus Balor. Sami Zayn's got a problem. Cody versus Randy. Punk versus Owens. Bro, we're cooking with these main event storylines, huh? We're cooking with the main event scene. Tag Team Championship match. Damian Priest and R-Truth versus the War Raiders versus Tama Tonga and Tama Tonga, the MFTs, with Haku. So we go to a commercial break. We get Priest entrance. We go to commercial break. We come back, and the match is already in progress. This match went 7 minutes. We got 3 teams in there for the Tag Team Championships, and they only go 3 minutes, or 7 minutes. So, R-Truth, he sends Tama Tonga out of the ring. Priest comes in off of a tag. He goes toe-to-toe with Eric of the War Raiders. He took out both Ivar and Eric. Big kicks, big clotheslines. Super kick for Eric. Big flatliner from Priest on Ivar. Truth came back in. And he's got Priest. And they're double teaming Ivar on the top rope. Before they could do anything, Tama Tonga comes in. He took out both Truth and Priest with a big double chokeslam with the assist from Ivar. Ivar then jumps off the top rope and does a human cannonball off the top rope, taking out Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga found himself hit with a pop-up power slam. Thor's hammer is what they used to call it. I don't know what that... Ragnarok is what they call it now. Cover, and Tama Tonga kicked out. So Tama Tonga recovered, and he comes in. Big offensive onslaught here on everybody. Ivar and Priest stood up, and apparently they decided to team up together to take out Tama Tonga. They hit him with a double suplex. So Truth comes in. Tolatonga's on the mat. He applies the STFU, does R-Truth. So he tried to get a submission hold on Tolatonga. That was not a good idea. So Eric breaks up the STFU, big knee to the back of R-Truth's head. As he and Ivar look to finish this match off, Priest comes on in, saves Truth. He found himself thrown into the timekeeper's area with a big pop-up power slam by the War Raiders. In the ring, Tama Tonga went for his cutthroat, which is basically nothing more than Will Ospreay's hidden blade. This was blocked by R-Truth. This led R-Truth to deliver the 5 moves of doom. That wasn't enough. So he was going for the AA. Tama Tonga and Tolatonga come on in, hit their finishing move, the Brothers Keeper, which is a double power bomb. Not really much of a double team finish. It's just it's all Tolatonga doing the work here. Brothers Keeper power bomb, 1, 2, 3, and the MFTs are the new WWE Tag Team Champions. You know, you got to have a division for this to mean anything. Damian Priest and R-Truth are not a real tag team. The War Raiders aren't even a SmackDown team. They're a Monday Night Raw team that are carrying around the AAA Tag Team Championships, pretending to be a SmackDown team. The only genuine team you have on this show are Fraxium, Nathan Frazier, and Axiom. Unless you are going to build an actual division, I don't see what purpose this makes. I don't see how beneficial this is to Tama Tonga and Tolatonga. And all I see them doing is trying to make something out of legitimately nothing. They brought Haku in, their real-life father, to try and give these guys some credibility. And after 3 weeks, no matter what they got going on with Haku, I don't look at them in a different light whatsoever. The crowds don't care. You and me, we don't care. And there's no division for us to care about. There's no genuine babyface team in this division that is going to combat the MFT's heel. So what exactly are we doing? We're just changing the championships because. Just because. Just to pay off the fact that Haku is now their manager. Gonna need to do more than that. Haku's great. The division is not. Women's United States Championship. Tiffany Stratton. She defends against Jacy Jane. This match was the quote-unquote main event of the show. This went 9 minutes. The reason why we're here is because Tiffany said, I'll give you a United States Championship match if you give us a Tag Team Championship match. So that was last week's show. So if Fatal Influence beat Tiffany Stratton and Jacy Jane, then Fatal Influence of Fallon Henley and Laney Reed beat Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green last week, they would have gotten Jacy Jane a United States Championship opportunity, which that's exactly what happened because they broke Chelsea Green's orbital bone off of their finish. They pinned Chelsea Green. Fallon Henley pinned Chelsea Green, which gave Jacy Jane this opportunity here at Tiffany Stratton. Another key element to look out for. So Jacy Jane, she gets the early advantage on Tiffany Stratton, who's coming in banged up because of Nia Jax and Lash Legend. Jacy Jane is targeting the back of Tiffany. Tiffany comes back, hits Jacy with a running attack right into the back of her head, followed up by a drop kick. Jacy Jane rolled out of the ring as Laney Reed and Fallon Henley are outside, causing a distraction. This allowed Jacy to take out Tiffany with a backstabber, and we go into a commercial break. We come back from the break. Chelsea, she is out there now, appearing at ringside, checking up on Tiffany Stratton. Stratton nearly had it won off of a roll-up because of this minor distraction with Chelsea being on the outside now. So both ladies, they hit flying crossbodies, double down. Stratton recovered. She is trying to come back. Cartwheel, Alabama slam by Tiffany, which leads her up to the top rope. She goes up, hits a swanton bomb flush, crushing Jacy Jane on the way down with basically all of her body weight. Jacy kicks out at a 2, but barely. Jacy Jane then kicked Tiffany and got rolled up for a near fall. Stratton comes and hits a handstand springboard stunner off the ropes, followed by another rolling senton. She goes up top, prettiest moonsault ever. Jacy Jane blocked it with knees. As soon as Tiffany came off the top rope, knees, blocked it. Goes for a cover, Stratton managed to kick out. Jacy goes for her finish, the rolling encore, which is the rolling elbow. That was countered by a knee from Tiffany. So we go to ringside. Chelsea got into it on the outside with Laney Reed and Fallon Henley, which led to Stratton hitting both of them. She went up again for the prettiest moonsault ever, but instead she jumped off the top rope and took out Fallon Henley and Laney Reed on the outside. That proved to be very, very bad for Tiffany Stratton. As she got in the ring, Jacy was waiting for her and hit rolling encore. 1, 2, 3. Jacy Jane pins Tiffany Stratton. Jacy Jane is now the new Women's United States Champion. And Jacy Jane, Fallon Henley, and Laney Reed now all have championship gold. Fatal Influence is dripping in championship gold. Why are we here, chat? For weeks, Tiffany wanted nothing to do with Chelsea Green. Nothing. She looked at Chelsea as a loser. She looked at Chelsea as a nuisance. Like a fly on the 4th of July as you're barbecuing outside with your family. That's what she looked at Chelsea Green as. She started to warm up to Chelsea. She started to be nice to Chelsea. She started to look at Chelsea as a friend. Then come the ladder match. They both find themselves in the ladder match at SummerSlam. Tiffany and Chelsea are in that match. There was one point in that match where Chelsea Green shoved a ladder with Tiffany Stratton on it so that she can go win the championship, which is all legal and in the boundaries of what a ladder match should be. It's every woman for themselves, friend or no friend. Tiffany shouldn't be upset at Chelsea Green for doing that because Tiffany would have done the same thing to Chelsea Green. Mistake number 1. Chelsea Green wins the championship. She wins the championship at SummerSlam. She comes out the following Friday. She has a championship celebration. She wants to celebrate friendship. Women empowerment with Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany's also the United States champion. So now we got 2 women who are friends, both holding the 2 biggest championships in the women's division on Friday night. Tiffany wanted to talk to Chelsea about something important, but then out comes Fatal Influence. So whatever was about to be mentioned was not mentioned. Jacy Jane wants a shot at Tiffany Stratton and the United States Championship because she's blaming Tiffany for costing her a spot in the ladder match, as Jacy Jane feels that she should have been in the ladder match and not Tiffany Stratton. So, because Jacy wants the United States title and a shot at Tiffany Stratton in the United States Championship, Tiffany said, I'll give you a shot. I'll give you a shot at the championship if you give me and Chelsea a shot at the tag team championships. If you give us a shot at Fallon Henley and Laney Reed. And if you beat us, I'll give you, Jacy, a shot at the United States Championship. Chelsea Green lost that match for Chelsea and Tiffany. Chelsea got injured. She broke her orbital bone. Because Chelsea got pinned, Tiffany Stratton now has to defend the United States Championship against Jacy Jane. Chelsea's in the opening segment about to give the title up because Nick Aldis deems her not medically cleared. You got a broken eye socket. I can't have you defend this championship with a broken eye socket. She defends her case. Nick Aldis takes back what he said. He gave her 30 days. Go find yourself a mask. Get medically cleared. I agree. Nobody should be taking that. I shouldn't be taking that belt from you. You're going to hold that belt until someone takes it off of you. Nia Jax comes on out with Lash Legend. She wants a title shot. Tiffany Stratton comes out to save Chelsea Green from a 2-on-1 attack. She gets beat down because she was a friend. Now Tiffany gets hurt, quote unquote, going into the match, gets banged up, roughed up, however you want to call it, going into the match tonight with Jacy Jane. We get the match with Jacy Jane. She opts to once again save Chelsea Green. Instead of going for the prettiest moonsault ever, she went to go cross-body the rest of Fatal Influence, and that proved costly. She got back in the ring because she helped Chelsea Green, took her eye off the ball. Jacy Jane was waiting with the rolling encore, and she lost the championship. So not only did Chelsea toss her off a ladder at SummerSlam, not only did Chelsea lose the tag team match last week, which gave Jacy Jane the United States Championship match tonight, but every time Tiffany tried to save Chelsea, it's been bad luck for Tiffany, and one proved costly. She lost the championship to Jacy Jane tonight because she was friends with Chelsea Green. The reason why I documented the last 3 or 4 weeks is because you're about to see a heel turn from Tiffany Stratton. And it's a long time coming. Tiffany Stratton recently was quoted saying, "I work better as a heel. It's easier for me to be a heel because I feel more like myself." You're about to see that. Whenever Chelsea Green gets medically cleared, Tiffany Stratton is going to be the first woman to put the boots to Chelsea Green. And that is a great, great move. She's needed this for a very long time. She's done nothing exciting as a babyface. She hasn't connected as a babyface the way that I feel a babyface should connect. She's popular, but she ain't Rhea popular. She's popular, but she ain't Charlotte popular. She's popular, but she ain't Bianca or Alexa popular. She's not even Chelsea popular. She's just there. So if Tiffany, who is mega talented and one of the best they got, is just there, you're wasting Chelsea Green, or you're wasting Tiffany, rather. You're wasting Tiffany, and you're wasting the talents of Tiffany Stratton. When she turns heel, she'll be in the right role. She'll have the right opponent. And coming out of tonight's opening segment where everyone was giving yes chance to Chelsea Green, and that sympathetic babyface card is now played, when Tiffany turns on Chelsea, who right now is the biggest babyface in the women's division on Friday night, when Tiffany turns heel on Chelsea, it is going to be a great heel turn. Fans are going to be very upset. Fans are going to be emotionally connected to Chelsea and then Tiffany turning heel on Chelsea. And they're going to rain down boos and rain down proper heel heat on Tiffany Stratton. The way everything's played out here, I wasn't a big fan of this partnership to begin with. I thought it was forced. And I thought it was just something WWE did for both women because they had nothing else better to do. The last couple of weeks, everything's kind of had one thing happen, bleeding into another thing, leading into another thing, leading into another thing. I think this is great. I'm looking forward to that when it happens. Whether Chelsea's still the champion or not, I don't know. If you're going to turn Tiffany and she's going to go after the title, I think Tiffany's going to end up winning the title. But, like I said in the beginning, that opening segment with Chelsea Green and Nick Aldis was the most effective segment that WWE did on Friday night all year. I'm looking forward to it. I thought this was a very good episode of SmackDown. I wouldn't call it great. It was a very good episode of Friday Night SmackDown. Are we turning a corner with SmackDown? That remains to be seen. The jury is still out. But I think we can all confidently say that SmackDown has been a better show than Monday Night Raw. And quite honestly, SmackDown's been the best weekly television show coming out of SummerSlam. And I'm talking about both Raw and AEW. And that was not being said through all of 2026. But it goes to show you when you got Punk and Owens and Cody and Orton and Sami and Finn and Gunther in the main event scene. This is a show that, at this point, should be incapable of telling bad stories or creating bad television. They just need to get a solid formula and a solid, consistent revolving door talent. Some on, some off, week in, week out. You're not seeing 70% of this roster. There is no tag team division. Things are still not where they need to be. But has the show been better over the last couple of weeks? Absolutely. 100%. They're just not there yet. I am not ready to say that SmackDown has turned over a new leaf. I'm not here to say SmackDown has completely turned that corner. We're slowly getting there. Work still needs to be done. I'm not one of those guys that's going to cry victory and exclaim victory here for SmackDown. It's not where it needs to be yet. But I also would not be honest with you if I told you this show still sucked. This show does not suck the last 2 weeks. They're doing a lot of things right, but there's still a lot of things wrong with Friday Night SmackDown. Thank you guys very much for all your support. I appreciate you being here on this Friday night. We're just about to hit the 2-hour mark, and we're about to get into what is going to be one epic fucking VIP wheel. Thank you guys very much. Follow me on social media at JD from NY 206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Cameo, Patreon. Sign up for the Patreon page, patreon.com/JD from NY206. We got a lot of cool stuff happening over there. Great community coming together over there. Make sure you guys go check that out. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of tonight's SmackDown. Hit that thumbs up. We got 800 likes. I'd love to see another 200 likes in the chat. If you guys can get to 1,000 likes, that would be unbelievable. Super chats are open. If you guys want to get in on the wheel, everyone's getting an additional spot on the wheel. So everybody that donated tonight is getting an additional spot on the wheel. And tonight we're sponsored by Blue Chew. Did you guys know on Monday that WWE kicked off a Lucha Libre tournament to figure who gets a shot at the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, in Mexico City, Monday Night Raw, September 14th. It's a pretty big fucking deal. Roman wrestling on TV in 2026? On Raw in 2026? Man, that's a big deal. Winning a tournament just to lose to the Tribal Chief. Gotta love it. See, that's the thing about big matchups, though. You gotta be ready when your moment gets to you. When that moment shows up for you, you gotta be ready. You don't get to pick the date. That date picks you. Same deal in the bedroom. You don't always know when the main event's happening. You just know you better be ready to go when that bell rings. That's where Blue Chew Gold comes in. It's not two guys grinding out a 15-minute tournament match. It's 4 ingredients working together. 2, to get you hard physically. And 2, to support mental arousal and desire in the brain. It works fast and it lasts. So whether it's the quick title defense or you're going the distance like the main event of Penta and Reigns, which is rumored to be in this tournament in Mexico City, you better be ready for that moment. And the only way you can be ready is with Blue Chew Gold. There's a reason Blue Chew Gold is the #1 brand for better sex. Experience it yourself at BlueChew.com. We got a special deal for all of our listeners. Right now, when you buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold, you're going to get the 3rd month for free with promo code JD. That's promo code JD. You will also receive an additional 10% off and free overnight shipping on your first order. That is a championship level deal, if you ask me. So visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And I want to thank Blue Chew for once again sponsoring the podcast right here on Off the Script. Let's get to the wheel. You guys ready for the wheel? Let's do it. Oh my goodness. I'm going to read these super chats, and then I'm going to add you on the wheel as I read them. I appreciate everybody, man. By the looks of it, you guys have absolutely fucking have blown me away with the support on the wheel tonight. Crazy. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. OTS, join the tap room. How you know? Pew, pew. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. Joey Taylor with a $1 super chat. Joey, thank you. Caden, $1.99. Thank you, Caden. Fast Eddie with a $4.99. Jay did that interview with CVV and the Amazing Red was phenomenal. Red is a legend. OTS for life. Amazing Red's one of my favorite pro wrestlers. The guy has absolutely had a career renaissance in the last couple of years, which, you know, I seen some people just, real talk, I seen some people, one of the self-made guys, man, I hate some of those fucking motherfuckers, man. They are just fucking absolutely toxic and cancerous. The only one I really appreciate is Ibu. The rest of them are, I mean, they're all in AEW's pockets, but some of them are deep in AEW pockets. Bro, the negative things they had to say about Zilla, and then the comment section, just up and down their comment section. They clipped the botch on the code Red. So many people saying Red is old and he can't do it anymore, and what is he doing, and blah, 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 all this other negativity. Brother, these people have not watched a single fucking thing that Red has done in the last 2 years. If you've watched House of Glory in the last 2 years and you claim that Red can't go anymore, or Red can't do it, or Red this, Red that, brother, you are a fucking absolute half-witted buffoon. There's no way. There's no way you could physically have a conversation with me or anybody and sit there and exclaim shit like that. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Zilla clearly didn't know how to deliver a code Red, or how to take a code Red. What do you think, Red all of a sudden forgot how to do his finishing move? Who gives a shit? The guy's done it in every variation, from every spot and every angle and every aspect, and then you're crying about one fucked up move. Just like how Jericho fucked up that Lion Tamer on Wednesday night, right? In one of the worst spots I've ever seen. Did self-made guy KO there, whatever his fucking name is, did he call that one out? Did he fucking put that on blast on social media? I don't think so. I don't think so. Why would he? Tony's paying him to be a fucking paid shill. If you got shit to say about Red, I got shit to say about you. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up in every possible way. Shut the fuck up. And Zilla's been great for House of Glory. Zilla's been very important to House of Glory. And I respect him immensely for what he's done for us. Shut the fuck up. Social media is so garbage. So garbage. And yes, the interview with CVV, you know, cherish it, man. Red don't do that shit. Red is very to himself. He doesn't want to be bothered with anything, man. He don't. He stays as far away from that type of shit as possible. Drama, you don't want none of it. He just wants to work and train. That's it. And be home with his family. Michelle, $2 super chat. KO should win the title next Friday. About damn time. He's not winning the title next Friday. That's my opinion. I would be shocked if he does. I'm not going to complain if he does. I just don't think WWE is going to pull the trigger. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. 2 title changes on SmackDown. Somebody find Triple H and make sure his pacemaker is still functioning. There's no way he put this show together. I don't know what's going on. They must have gotten the memo that this show was terrible. Finally. That shit must have been like fucking... that shit must have come on a fucking snail from halfway across the globe. Finally got to them. Thank you, Captain Solo. Michelle with it, too. Randy brings out the best in Cody. Turn Cody heel. You know, I completely forgot to talk about the... I completely forgot to talk about the Randy and Cody thing. There wasn't much to it. They brawled. Sami and Cody were supposed to be out in the main event. It never got started. Randy Orton came out to attack Cody. Then they tried to run the same spot back that they did when Randy initially turned heel during the contract signing before WrestleMania. And Randy bloodied Cody up with the steel steps on top of the table, and he smashed the chair, busting open Cody. He was going to do the same thing until Cody put a boot to the dick, put Randy in the steps, was about to hit Randy with the chair just like he was hit by Randy during WrestleMania season. And as soon as they did, officials and referees jumped on the table and pulled Cody down. And then he grabbed the chair. He was going to do it anyway. As soon as he raises the chair, they cut to black and they cut the show. He doesn't have to be the good guy anymore. If he doesn't have to be the good guy anymore, then let him be bad. Don't deny us, bad guy Cody. Please, don't deny us, bad guy Cody. Hardy Punk with 18 months. Love letter to Miss Green. We're in the feeling biz. Last time I felt this way was Daniel Bryan, who let us dream. You're special. Woo, woo, woo. You know it, Chelsea. I think she knows it. She's got a lot of support. For Illuminati. This guy's got a $50 super chat for Illuminati. He's got 6 spots on the wheel, my guy. Thank you for Illuminati. JD, I agree with you about what you said about Brock over Hell in a Cell match ruining concept in its entirety. But if 2 wrestlers can revive that type of match, it's clearly Cody and Randy. I need them to have a Hell in a Cell match to conclude their feud. Yeah, unfortunately, we've run that gimmick already once this year for Illuminati. To do it again so soon is going to make it a little bit overkill. We haven't seen it since Punk and McIntyre before we saw the Oba and Brock. Now, they only did Oba and Brock to sell tickets to SummerSlam, which, looking back at it, was a mistake. You didn't need that match to sell tickets to SummerSlam. They weren't selling to begin with. So you gave us a match that didn't need Hell in a Cell, inside Hell in a Cell. You ruined the concept and now took it away from something that could really use it, like Randy and Cody. I think it's too late. It's too late. Tone VC with a $2 super chat. Thank you, brother. Mr. Premium with a $4.99. Funny, I'm about to leave for basic training on Monday, and suddenly the show wants to become mildly interesting again. LOL, prayers requested. Premium. Good luck, brother. And you know what? We'll always be here to tell you exactly what's going on, whether you watch it when you can, because it's good, or if you can completely miss it. We'll tell you exactly if it's good or bad. Always. My guy Triple M, 36 months. D2 PC modding community is actually going to make D2 old content playable on PC again, learning to spawn in enemies and co-op. Love to see it. I did watch Astacross's video on this, and I have D2 and all the expansions on my PC. I just don't play it on the PC because I prefer my PlayStation. It's just the way that I am. But if that is the case, I'm jumping back on Destiny. Right now, believe it or not, right now I am playing Call of Duty Cold War. I think Cold War multiplayer is so vastly underrated. We hated it, and it's just the vicious COD cycle. We hate it. We let it sit for a couple of years. We go back and play the old games, and all of a sudden they feel great because the new games are so terrible. Cold War is so good. multiplayer. I love the colors. I love the map design. I love the maps. The majority of the maps are great. I love the hit detection. The gunplay in Cold War is so fucking good. I love the fact that there's no tack sprint. I love the fact that they had somewhat of a take on the Pick 10. I feel like Cold War was like a love letter to Black Ops 1. If they would remake Black Ops 1 in the way that they made Cold War, bro, oh my God. The only thing that held back Cold War multiplayer was the score streak system. It was like, you can die, but everything that you do kind of gets added to your kill streaks, and that's not taken away even on death. So it doesn't really leave any risk. You know, you risk and reward. It's just there. And then they had that air patrol fucking shriek that everybody ran, so I could throw up a chopper gunner, and within fucking seconds, it's dead. But you have to run air patrol every single time just to keep your streaks in the air. I hate that. I fucking hated that. I fucking hated that. So I'm back to playing Cold War multiplayer, man. There legitimately are still people playing. I mean, it's all fucking level 2500 sweats, Master Prestige, but I'm enjoying playing Cold War. Black Ops 7 has gone completely to shit. I haven't played 1 hour of, not even an hour. I haven't even played fucking 15 minutes of the current season. Awful. Let Maine with a $5 super chat. What's up, JDOTS family? God, I love Jacy Jane. Glad she won the United States Women's title. JD, does Drew McIntyre show up next week and beat the shit out of Punk and KO? I don't know. I don't know when he's coming back, but he is sorely missed. I think Sami Zayn gets involved. Andrew Cool with 199. I predict Sami helps KO beat Punk. Do you agree? No, I don't. I think Sami's out for Sami. I don't think he's going to help Kevin Owens win the championship. Joseph Kern with a $10 super chat, and then a $100 super chat. I'm sure there'll be some fucking absolute irrelevant mark who thinks I donated a $100 super chat to myself. Joseph, you got 11 spots on the wheel, brother. Appreciate you, Joseph, as always. Share Shot Sports, he gets 11 spots on the wheel. Thank you, fellas, very, very, very much. Steve Moore with a $20 super chat. I was just at SmackDown. Dark match with Oba and Cody versus The Vision was all right. Maxine ruined it. So they had Cody wrestle Sami. It goes to a no contest because of Randy Orton. They brawl, and then they send Cody back out to team with Oba against The Vision? Against Braun and Austin Theory. Man, they're really trying to get Braun and Oba in the ring during these dark match segments to really get them kind of familiar with each other. I like it. We're going to get it. We don't know when. We don't know when. Serious Business, thank you again, brother, for the $100 super chat. Serious Business has 11 spots on the wheel. Appreciate you, brother. My guy Billy with a Billy Bomb. $100 super chat. Billy predicts. Billy predicts a wheel victory tonight. Good luck, Billy. I'm pulling for you, brother. RP Growdy with a $5 super chat. Hey, just wanted to do a quick intro. Been an avid Cornette listener, but since he skips half the shows nowadays, I appreciate your analysis on everything. Growdy, I appreciate you being here, brother. I listen to Cornette too when I can. I find him highly entertaining, but I don't think he's the I think everything sucks so badly nowadays that people don't want to be as analytical because there is nothing to be analytical about. I get the hesitation. There's just nothing going on right now. I appreciate you being here, though. Meta. We got Meta, 3791. He's got 3 spots on the wheel. Meta, it's going to be a difficult justice for Meta night, huh? I must finish my story, JD. This show is getting better, and I'm all for it. Punk KO is going to be amazing next week, and I can't wait. Hashtag justice for Meta. I'm pulling for you and Billy, brother. Fast Daddy with a 499. JD, that Trivium live video on Hamburg of Throws of Perdition is a banger. Have been waiting, or been having it on repeat all week. Trivium, another day. One band for me. I love Trivium, clearly. And yes, I do wear hoodies on my stream for all the fucking lowbrow, fucking irrelevant hacks. I do wear a hoodie because I'm able to afford central air in my room, and I got it pumping at 65. That's number one. Number two, I have 4, 5, 6, 7 different hoodies behind me. It's cold in here. I want to be at optimum temperature when I sit down and do my shows. Also, I wear my 2021 World Series Atlanta Braves hat for good luck. I'm a very superstitious guy. They won the series in 21. I'm looking for them to win the series in 26. I doubt they will because they're injury stricken and they got no real solid rotation outside of Chris Sale. But I have at least 24 Braves hats upstairs in the bedroom hanging on the wall. Oh, because I wear one, because I'm a superstitious fuck. Everybody says, oh, the hat smells. Oh, it's the same hat. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. He's got no other hats. Yes, I do. I got 2 other hats on my desk. One of which is a Braves hat. And an off-the-script hat that you guys are going to win tonight. Other than that, I'm going to need everybody to shut the fuck up. How about don't make content on me because it's going to get you clicks and views? Seriously. By the way, Trivium's new album is going to be a fucking banger because the EP that they put out last October was fucking great. Oh. 6 Walls was fucking great. My favorite song of the EP. I can't wait for their new album. If you guys want legitimate bang, and I mean fucking banger thrash metal, go look up the band Harlot. Harlott. They're from Australia. I found them legitimately yesterday. Bro, they got, I think their debut album was back in 2015, maybe? Their debut with Metal Blade Records. 2015, they had one in 2017, and they had one in 2020. And they got one coming out this year that I just found out about. I found these guys yesterday. Bro, go listen to Harlot and their album Extinction. Listen to the first track. I was blown away. I love thrash metal. Thrash metal will always have a piece of my heart. I grew up with it. It was the first kind of music I found on my own. I played it for 10 years. Which maybe we'll play some of my band tonight. I mean, I think you got, actually no, I may save that for the Patreon. I'll save that for the Patreon. Bro, if Creator, Exodus, and Sepultura, Arise era Sepultura had a baby, these guys, they're like a mix of all that. The singer sounds like Millie from Creator, and the music sounds like old school Sepultura and Exodus. It's fucking unbelievable. I never heard of these guys before. I've been listening to them all day. Listen to the title track on that Extinction record. 6 minutes of unadulterated fucking face-melting thrash metal. Riffs. You get me with good riffs, I'm in. I'm sold. Thank you, Fast Daddy. See, we're talking about music now. We just completely deviated away from the wheel. Luca with a $5 super chat. JD is accused of donating to himself. JD, I'll fucking do it again. Much love to you, my guy. Thank you, Luca. How could I donate to myself when I'm here live? How can I donate to myself? Why would I donate to myself when YouTube takes 30% of all super chats? Why would I donate to myself to lose out on $100? I would lose legitimately 30% of the $100. Why would I do that? And then I got people claiming, oh, I've heard that. Oh, I've heard that. Did you? From where? Where'd you hear it? I'd love to know. WrestleMess. WrestleMess got 2 spots on the wheel. Thank you, WrestleMess. Finishing my Tremonti trifecta with Creed in December here in Vegas. Can't wait for ruthless, spoiled NXT heel Tiffany. She's going to get nuclear heat when she sadly takes the title off Chelsea. Good. Nuclear heat is what I'm here for, bro. Bro, you couldn't pay me to go to a Creed concert. I've seen Tremonti with Alter Bridge 10 times. I've seen Tremonti sing Sinatra 3 times. I have not seen Mark Tremonti solo with his actual Tremonti band. I got to see him. I got to see Tremonti play Tremonti, his solo metal band. And I got to see. I've seen Miles solo by himself, just by himself. One of the greatest concerts I've ever seen. I got to see Miles with Slash, and I got to see Tremonti solo. You would never get me to a Creed concert. I can't stand Creed. Even though it's Tremonti, and Tremonti's fucking incredible, I can't stand Scott Stapp. I think he's terrible. The only Creed song I ever like, the only Creed song that's on my Spotify playlist is What If. That's it. It's easily their best song. Neural with a 199. Rest in peace, JoJo. Huh? JoJo who? What are we talking about? Rest in peace, JoJo? Pink D Mag. $9.99. OTS community, my first super chat. Just got out of a long surgery this morning. It all went well. Grateful to have you all spend my recovery days with me. OTS for life. Look at this. Pink. We wish you nothing but the best in that recovery, Pink. Pink's got 2 spots on the wheel. Pink is a sentimental favorite to win the wheel. Look at this. Did I get this super chat? I got to stop my boys at over at Condition Critical. I don't think I seen this super chat come in. We got to give him the appropriate super chat welcome when someone does a bomb. Marcus B with a $100 super chat. How did I miss this one? I've been listening to this channel for probably 3 years now, and I can't thank you enough for all that you do for our community and staying the course and staying honest. I know I'm speaking for myself and everyone else when we say thank you. Marcus B, look at this motherfucker. Marcus B, thank you, brother. I apologize. I didn't see that one come in. I must have been ranting about something. Marcus B's got 11 spots on the wheel. Does Marcus B. Appreciate you, Marcus. Therapy with a $10 super chat. Therapy's got 2 spots on the wheel. Therapy says, so glad I found OTS. I knew I was missing something in my life. Best show in the IWC. You are too kind, Therapy. I am glad you are here and glad that you have found us. Welcome. Mother Lover with a $4.99 just got home from SmackDown. Had a blast. Not gonna lie, was not expecting Gunther versus Cardona, which was pretty good. And Obafemi wrestled in the dark match. I'm glad you had a good time, brother. Also with a $9.99 during Corbin's match, a bunch of us in the lower lodge facing Hardcam started chanting, "You're forgettable," and he looked genuinely upset. I kind of feel bad about that now. Bro's doing his best. Listen, I'm a Corbin guy. I don't think people are going to really take him because of the way that he was booked the first time. Especially when the company releases the New Day and the Motor City Machine Guns and the fucking Wyatt Six, and they ask Sheamus to take a budget cut, and he says no, and they let him go. But then they want to bring back Baron Corbin. You know, it doesn't look right. Mother Lover, by the way, if you could get me your new address so that I could at least prep your box, let me know your new address. We got to get you your shit. Triple M, $2 super chat. KO should have said Punk stole Kenta's moveset. Yeah. I don't think that really is necessary, but Kenta's always going to let Punk know that he's the originator of the go to sleep. Basic with the $4.99 Twitter. I felt uncomfortable watching KO and Punk go at it on the mic. Soft. S-A-W-F-T. Soft. Yeah. Yes. I agree. Where's my $200 super chat? I got to get him on the wheel. He's got... Who was the $200 bomb? Karan Pawar. I got to get him on the wheel. I don't know why YouTube is not showing me. We got to get him on the wheel. 5918. Man, this guy's got fucking 21 spots on the wheel, brother. If he don't win. Karan, it's got 21 spots on the wheel. Let me refresh these super chats. They're all not showing on my dashboard. I don't know why all of them are not showing on my dashboard. I don't want to miss anybody. You know what? Let me go into my studio, guys, real quick. Let me go into my YouTube studio. I don't want to miss anybody here because there's been a lot of super chat love tonight. I just want to make sure I got everybody. So let me get into who's actually donated tonight. I got Billy. I got Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. Karan. Thank you. Meta. I got Fast Eddie. Devil Jinx. Appreciate you, brother. WrestleMess. Got you. Binary Brute with a $1.99. Rest in peace, JoJo. Debbie with a $10 super chat. We got Debbie. Debbie's got 2 spots in the wheel. OTS community, my first super chat just got out of a long story. That's who we got. Yeah, we got that one. Yeah, there's some that I'm not getting here, bro. There are some I'm not getting here. Debbie says, OTS community, my first super chat. Just got to have a long surgery this morning. It all went well. Grateful to have you spend my recovery days with me. OTS for life. Thank you, Debbie. Marcus, therapy. Aiden with the $4.99. Just got home from SmackDown. Had a blast. Was not expecting Gunther versus Cardona, which was pretty good. Oba wrestled in a dark match. Aiden. Why is this different, though? Bro, this is very weird, bro. Mother Lover is showing up as Aiden. I don't understand that. I don't want to miss any more. I don't want to miss any big bombs. I think we're all good. Yeah, they're giving me different names here, bro. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, Pinky, I got you. Triple M, Basic, Lauren, $2 super chat. Is Randy finally a person to have Cody turn heel? I said this last week, yes. Chelsea Green is the female babyface they need, yes. Sami will definitely interfere in the title match, I think so. Orton Cody brawl is what was needed, yes. That should have been, it's basically a reset. It's basically a reset from WrestleMania season without Pat McAfee. Jason Ramos, $34.96 with a $10 super chat. I would like to know who this Debbie is, bro. That's Pink D Mag. I don't understand why it's showing up that way. Debbie is Pink D Mag. I don't understand this. I'm sorry, this is very confusing. YouTube is not right lately. YouTube's been kind of bugged lately. Very, very bugged. Jason Ramos, thank you, brother. Since when said cycle 199 just had solo Google Granda in AAA. What do you think? Granda? Who the fuck is Granda? Bro, this guy looks like what am I looking at? This is a wrestler? This guy looks like fucking what's that movie? He looks like a horror movie guy. This is a wrestler in AAA? Granda? Furious Nation. $5 super chat. What's up, JD? I don't know about you, bro, but thought we're not there yet. SmackDown coming out of SummerSlam has been decent, even better than Raw, honestly. I agree. Lauren with a 2. Randy Cody needs to be a no-holds-barred match at Money in the Bank. Clone Force with a $4.99. I don't know if I mentioned weeks ago, my great-grandma passed, and today we buried my great-grandma. A new Doomsday trailer just dropped on Marvel's account, and it's fire. I did not see the new trailer. I have to go see The End of Oak Street. Jason said it was good. And I'm sorry about your great-grandma, brother. My thoughts and prayers are with you, as is the OTS community. Thoughts and prayers with you, my friend. Furious Nation with a 10. CM Punk and KO's promo almost felt like Punk and Eddie Kingston's promo from 5 years ago on Rampage. Great stuff. Also, was Bobby Lashley better in WWE than in AEW so far? Yes. Yes, he has been. Furious Nation, you are on the wheel, brother. 2 spots for my guy Nation. Don Stoney with a 5. Shout out to Don Stoney Wrestling Soup Spitball Media. And as always, rest in peace, Kevin Castle. As always, Furious Nation's got another spot on the wheel. So just one more day till my 30th birthday. Just one more day of being in my 20s. But about to make my 30s just as big as my 20s. Cheers, JD, and screw the haters. I appreciate you, brother. Happy birthday. Have a great weekend, man. Party it up. Party it up. Have a cold beverage for me, man. I'll have a cold beverage for you. Cody Snyder with a 20. He wants no message. He just wants 3 spots on the wheel. And C. Zenner with a new membership. C. Zenner, what the fuck are we drinking tonight? The guy they are referring to is Roxanne Perez's boyfriend? Brother, what I'm looking at is not Roxanne Perez's boyfriend. At all. All right, we're about to spin the wheel. You guys know what to do. You guys know what to do. We got all these names. And we are now going to shuffle. We're going to shuffle. And we're going to shuffle. Let's do it. Oh, no. Marcus B. 814 wins tonight's VIP wheel. Marcus B, hit me up, brother. Twitter, Instagram, DMs are open. Let me get your information. We'll send your shit out. Marcus B wins. Joseph, I got your last minute $10 super chat. You're getting 2 more spots on Monday's wheel. I'll put that towards Monday's wheel. I appreciate you guys very much, man. Marcus, get me your shit. Get me your name and address. Let's send your shit out. I appreciate everybody's support. You guys fucking killed it tonight. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Go check out all the great content on the channel. There's plenty of it. Next time you see me live will be on Monday, following Monday Night Raw. Thank you guys for all the support, man. You guys have made the month of August tremendous. Let's continue that on Monday. I'll see you right back here for more on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.